Good day, everyone. Welcome to our new topic for today. The title Verb Tenses Part 1. I'm your teacher for today, Manuelito V. Fuentes. Welcome to my presentation. This learning video is intended for all. This will be a guide to master and refresh your mind about the verb tenses. Just listen carefully and take down notes if needed. Let's get started. So now, let's analyze and know what is verbs. Verbs are words that represent actions that are external. Run, jump, work. And internal, love, think, consider. These external are some physical activities. And when we talk about internal, these are the feelings that we feel. Without verbs, you can't do anything. You can't feel anything. You can't even be anything. As the heart of sentences and clauses, verbs show what the subject is doing or feeling, even if they are just existing. Verbs are also the only type of word that's absolutely necessary to make a sentence. What is a verb again? Verbs are words that describe actions, whether physical or mental. Verbs also describe a stage of or a state of being, like the verbs be, become, or exist. Example: Salah ran across the field, kicked the ball, and scored a goal. Verb use from this sentence: run, kick, and scored. Now let's move on to verb tenses. Verbs come in three tenses. These are the past, the present, and the future. The past is used to describe things that have already happened. Example: earlier in the day, yesterday, last week, 3 years ago. The present tense is used to describe things that are happening right now, or things that are continuous. The future tense describes things that have yet to happen. An example: later, tomorrow, next week, next year, 3 years from now. Now let's move on to our topic for today, the simple present tense. The simple present is a verb tense with two main uses. We use the simple present tense when an action is happening right now, or when it happens regularly or unceasingly, which is why it's sometimes called the present indefinite. Depending on the person, the simple present tense is formed by using the root, or the root form, or by adding s or es to the end of the word. Example: I feel great. Pauline loves pie. I'm sorry to hear that you're sick. The other is to talk about habitual actions or occurrences. Example: Pauline practices the piano every day. Miss Jackson travels during the summer. Hamsters run all night. Typically, when we want to describe a temporary action that is currently in progress, we use the present continuous. Example: Pauline can't come to the phone right now because she is brushing her teeth. How to form the simple present. In the simple present, most regular verbs use the root form, except in the third person singular, which ends in s. Examples for the singular: First person singular, I write. Second person singular, you write. Third person singular, he, she, it writes. Remember this one, the S at the end. For plural, first person plural, we write. Second person plural, you write. Third person plural, they write. How to form the simple present. For a few verbs, third person singular ends with es instead of s. Typically, these are verbs whose root form ends in o, ch, sh, th, ss, gh, or z. Examples. Singular. First person singular, I go. Second person singular, you go. Third person singular, he, she, it goes. Remember this one, the es at the end. For the plural, first person plural, we go. Second person plural, you go. And the third person plural, they go. Now let's proceed to how to form the simple present. Using this one, the verb to be is irregular. The first person singular, I am. Second person singular, you are. Third person singular, he, she, it is. First person plural, we are. Second person plural, you are. Third person plural, they are. Now let us proceed on how to make the simple negative. The formula for making a simple present verb negative is do or does plus not plus the root form of the verb. You can also use the contraction don't or doesn't instead of do not or does not. Examples. Pauline does not want to share the pie. She doesn't think there's enough to go around. Her friends do not agree. I don't want pie anyway. To make the verb to be negative, the formula is to be plus not. Let's have this example. I am not a pie lover, but Pauline sure is. You aren't ready for such delicious pie. Now let's proceed on how to ask a question. The formula for asking a question in simple present is do or does plus the subject plus the root form of the verb. Example. Do you know how to bake a pie? How much does Pauline love pie? We have here the do, we have here you as the subject, and we have here know as the root form of the verb. The verbs to be in simple present tense. We have here the infinitive we use to be. We have here I, and we use am or am not. We have here also you, we, or they, which are all plural, so we can use are or are not. We have here the third person, he, she, or it, and we can use it, is or is not. For the common verbs in simple present, we have here the infinitive we use to ask, to work, to call, to use, to have. And when we have here I, you, we, and they, we use as or do not as, work or do not work, call or do not call, use or do not use, or have or do not have. For she, He and it, we can say asks or does not ask, works or does not work, calls or does not call, uses or does not use, or has or does not have. Thanks for watching and see you on the next topic about simple past tense. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe my YouTube channel, Valdez Gaming.